Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for stopping by today. I don't know what you're doing that this message is coming to you, but I pray that this message teaches, blesses, and guides you. And if this message is not for you, you can forward it to those who need it, who deserve to hear it, and who need that such blessing, guidance, and advice. Let's get right into it. I often read on social media comment section where people write, I will marry once and I will marry right. I will marry once and I will marry right. Yes, that's a wonderful statement and that's a good wish for yourself. But have you heard about people who married the second time and that was a better marriage for them than the first? And people whose third marriage was the blessing that hit them, that came for them, that stayed with them, both in favor of the partner and in favor of God. The most important thing is that God acknowledges your union, God blesses that union, and both of you are a blessing to and for each other. It is always hard when one person feels like they are the blessing and the other party is just the leech. When someone is a leech or something is a leech on you and leeching onto you, it's only time you will leak and you will leak until you become empty. There's nothing left. There's nothing left for you to rejuvenate, to hang on to refresh, to rebuild. And that is more frustrating and it makes people miserable. We do everything but stay away from maturity. Maturity is very, very key. And what is maturity? Maturity is an open mind sense of reasoning. So you open your mind and you reason accurately and you reason logically and you remove sentiments, you remove emotions, and you remove history. Many marriages are hanging on to history, long history. Oh, we've known each other from XYZ. Maybe we lived around the same neighborhood, or we went to the same schools, or our parents know each other from when we were little, and we became friends. And from there, we became, um, you know, we got into a relationship, a loving relationship. And soon enough, we um, found it meaningful to get married. When you're hanging on to history of, oh, how long you've known this person, how long you've been with this person, how long the both of you have tied up together as a couple, and especially in the sense of married couple, and perhaps how long you have, if you're the woman, how long you have borne this man's name, last name, and how you have children together, how you so much desire that the children are raised in the same household, like in one household with both parents, despite that things are not working well, the marriage is not functioning, the both of you are not having reasonable and rich communication, deep, rich communication. You're not washing things, you're not discussing things, you're not planning together, you're not like building together or uniting, you're not a united front. You're not harmonized in the way that you think, the things that you want to do. Your visions are division because it's divided. The man's thinking something else, the man's focusing on something else. He's not even sharing what he's doing or what he's focusing, what his next steps are. And you are maybe wary of sharing because, again, it's not like you're sharing to get any support. You're just sharing just for sharing sakes. Either because you want to be accountable or you want to be transparent or you want to be respectful and show him regard. But he is not reciprocating that energy. He's not reciprocating that meaningfulness for you. Now you're leeching. You're leaking, or rather, he's leeching, you're leaking, and soon enough you become empty. A lot of times, women have a way of covering up for their husband. And this is not unique to women. Men do that too. So men are caught in a web of bad marriage and they have to just cover up because they are in disbelief of what is going on. And likewise, the women, they are also in disbelief, they are in denial. So they also believe that they have other women that they are better than, right? Because what people do, especially poor thinking people, is they tend to compare themselves with people who they are better off, right? Who they are better than. And they're like, yay, as long as I'm better than XYZ, I'm fine where I'm at. And they are okay to cover up, they're okay to pretend, they're okay to be ignorant or feign ignorance. And to be honest, ignorance is not bliss. And ignorance is going to come back to bite you on your behind because that is what ignorance does. You know, when you're being ignorant, you're still going to go through the full weight and the full course of the law, right? You're still going to be hit by it. That said, for all of you singers of I'll marry once and I'll marry right, I pray that for you as well. Okay, we have seen people in our society all around us on social media posts who have married once and they seem to have married right? Because it seems that the man and the woman are in um, in a loving synchronization. They are looking like they support each other. They are proud of each other. They celebrate each other's success and they do things together. At least they are proud to present each other and represent each other in their individual forms. So yes, may that be the model that we are looking forward to. Another thing is in such relationships and marriages, you see that there is success. The success is not hidden, it's also loud, it's replicated in the way that they understand life, the way that they are responsible with their obligations, even as individuals and as a couple, as a married couple. The man is holding up his obligation towards his wife and children. The wife is holding up her obligations towards the man and their children, and everything is good in the world because again, a meaningful marriage, a successful relationship takes its roots in responsibility, you know, holding up your obligations. You know that you're obligated to, for instance, um, pay the bills and you make sure that the bills are paid. You make sure you work hard to get the money. If you're obligated to, say, make the dinner, everyone gets home to a sumptuous meal, a decent food, and a mom or a dad who has been responsible to doing their due diligence, right? Okay. If in a marriage you are not regarded, you are not supported, you are not appreciated, you're not celebrated, you're not you're not being cared for. There is no duty of care to you. When you're sick, it's not a bad day. Everything still has to go on the normal way because no one is regarding your moments of lowness, that they are taking a break or stepping back to look after you or calling somebody who can step in for them while they are gone. Then I don't know what you think you're doing. Marriage was meant to fulfill you. Marriage was meant to elevate you. Marriage was meant to direct your path into greatness, into great opportunities, into elevation. There was never a time marriage was officially or by default designed to break you, to maim you, to ruin you, to destroy you, to keep you trapped, to stagnate you, to set you back, to pull you down, to pull you apart. That's not what marriage was designed for. Marriage from origin was designed to support you, to elevate you, to teach you, to build you, to mature you. No matter what age you're at when you get into marriage, you are meant to celebrate your first year, fifth year, 10th year, 15th, 20th with a more sense of growth, much sense of maturity, understanding, grace, fulfillment. You understand, like you have to count your growth. You look back to your wedding picture or your engagement photos or your marital, traditional rites like custom, and all the times that you were dating, your dating phase and your early marriage phase, you should look back to them and smile and go, oh my God, look at us. We were so skinny, so out of clue, and then laugh over it. And look to where you are right now, to where you're at, and feel proud of how much growth, feel proud of how much elevation, the way that you now think, the way that you now believe things, the way that you process things. You should be looking at and counting your blessings. If you've had kids already, like, oh, the first stages of being a parent, and now where we are at, whether we had support during the time we are getting started, whether there was no support, how we winged it out and whatever, and how we winged it in. So that's what you should be celebrating. You should celebrate growth. If you're not growing within your marriage, you are unfortunately not experiencing marriage. Whatever you're experiencing might be cohabitation, might be what's it called? Trauma bonding, might be what? Borderline syndrome, you're finding it difficult to let go, cohabitation, you're looking at this person and going, you know what? At least someone is paying half of the bill, so I can just hang on here and gradually plan my life. And you become complacent, you don't plan your life, and you don't even do anything. Every season, you go from, I hate this guy, I hate this guy, or I hate this one, I hate this man, and you're back to, there's nothing I can do. I just have to take it the way it is. After all, you can't get any better outside. Well, it's not about you getting better outside. It's about you choosing yourself and giving yourself what you deserve, what your soul and your spirit deserves. If your spirit deserves any better, then, be that better for your spirit. If your spirit don't deserve any better, then okay, totally understandable, okay? But at the same time, I always encourage folks to get some education, get some exposure, learn something in the area of social, cultural phenomenon, because things change every time, every season, every year, every couple years, every maybe 5 to 10 years, every decade, things change, and you should evolve. You should evolve with life. You should be in touch. If you're a parent, essentially, you should grow and evolve as your children. As your children are growing, you should learn something from them, because they become the current generation or new generation, and they're able to pass some vital information, the way they think, the way they navigate, the way they engage, the way they retract. Like, there are things you can learn from your children. You can build also on, if you're a career person, you have a job. That's why from time to time, companies will set up um, a training session. Either they are calling somebody, an instructor, to come and refresh what you've been taught, or trainings that you've been given earlier during your onboarding, or They are sending you guys to conferences and you know, projects to go and learn some new things, new skills, new way of communicating, new way of, or a refreshed way of selling, a refreshed way of engaging, new terminologies, and also call your attention to terminologies that have been become redundant or um, that have been considered to be negatively charged or insensitive, okay? In some professions like the medical or what I call mental medical, whatever profession is called lingo, right? So there are times that you have to, so the same goes with every inch and phase of your life. Whether or not you're married, marriage is not the reason why you don't grow. Marriage is not the reason why you don't go back to school. Marriage is not the reason why you don't enroll to lessons, programs, even webinars. Marriage is not the reason why you don't sit around a table with other women. Oh, because you're very critical of them and you're so self-righteous. Oh, they are married, or they are not married, or they are married, but they are losing it or irresponsible within their marriage, or that they have broken off their marriage and they are separated now, or they are divorced. You find it difficult to sit around the table with diverse minds and diverse interests and diverse experiences. You're actually not doing yourself a due diligence. You're not doing yourself a good service. You're doing yourself a disservice, because from every one of us, there's something, there is information, there's knowledge that we can pass. And there's a level of gratitude also that we can pass, that, you know, as one another, we need that, right? So you don't know how I praise, you don't know how I appreciate. If we sit around the table together and you find me appreciating and praising, perhaps you look into yourself, or you might learn something and say, oh, wow, I never thought to thank God for something like this, or I never thought to, think about stuff like this. That said, learn to be around the table where information is passed, learn to take on some courses and pay for them, so you value the time and you value the knowledge gained, and also learn to go back to school, learn to scale up in whatever knowledge you've previously gained before. If you have a business that you're running or you're doing a job, learn some other theatrics that are woven within this ideal of profession or business, something that can elevate your mindset, something that can open a greater opportunity for you, something that is scalable, opportunity that can be leveraged. And for some of some of us here who have had a failed marriage or a failed engagement or a foiled marriage or foiled engagements, sometimes they're foiled. You have another chance at life, at love. There are 8 billion people in the world. There are 8 billion people. If you think you cannot find a partner in your local community, in your local town, in your local neighborhood, county, local government, state, then move, walk around, go for visits, go for business, go for trainings, go for conference, go for even a religious activity, right? Go for something, go to a place, go make a trip, take a trip, road trip, air flights or air trips, any type of trip, ship, go for cruise. You might find somebody. Be open to learning and heal from your wound, heal from your emotional wound, heal from anything that would interfere, any emotional interference that will knock you off course and mess things up for you with this new individual or with any new individual. Work on yourself. Work on your discipline, work on your commitment, work on your focus. and life will smile onto you for real. Not only that, if you are still hung on this man or this woman, you have not finalized your divorce for some of, for those who are married, you've not finalized your divorce, or who were married or whatever, who went through marriage, you did not finalize your divorce, you did not return the bride price, you did not disengage properly, you did not detangle, disenchant properly. That would mess up whatever you're thinking. I mean, if you're serious about meeting another person, you're open to giving another person a chance, you're open to take a chance with another relationship, trust and believe you must disengage completely from this person that you have previously married, perhaps from their family. Yes, some families are great. You make good friends from the family and you tend to like be in touch. They're checking on you or whatever. But remember, they are not the ones that brought you into the family. As much as you have them as your people, as a support system, I believe they will support you when you're making the right choice for your life and that favors you. So basically, do it nicely and do it respectfully. Okay. And don't also be in touch with the friends of your ex-spouse. The problem with that is they are still friends with him, right? So when they have a conversation with you, they have a chat with you, they check in with you, they tend to report back to this man or to this woman. Reason? Because they're trying to further reassure them of their loyalty. If my loyalty is to the woman, for instance, I want to reassure her that my saying hi or chatting with her ex is not to audition for her ex, right? So I have to tell her that, oh, by the way, I ran into your ex at the supermarket and we talked this and that, and he asked about this and that, and I asked him about this and that, and he told me about this and that. And if there's something I'm seeing around him, could be human person, I tell you about it, right? Because the reason is I'm trying to further reassure you of my loyalty towards you. I'm telling you that I saw your man and I'm, giving you the updates. And it might also be I saw your woman, I'm giving you all the updates. So remember that when you're dealing and still engaging with your ex-spouse's friends, they are delivering that information to him. They are telling him how they saw you, where they met you, what they feel, what they perceive around you. And you may not just like that. I mean, I don't think that, if it's been a while that you've been separated, I believe that it will matter. But if it hasn't been, it will definitely matter because you never know if the ex is going to try to make you not move on with your life, even though they're not serious about it. Whatever they did to make you let them off, let them go, to make you choose yourself, to make you want to leave and just become a person for yourself, they would not stop that behavior, repeating that behavior with you. Your ex is a new person in another person's hands with another person. You are also a new person, with another individual. If there are some incompetencies or immaturity that you display with your ex, you probably would have learned, taken correction, and taken accountability. And by by taking accountability, you are now moving on into becoming more mature, more sensitive, more respectful, more observing of, their emotions and making sure that you don't repeat the things that caused problems in your previous relationship, right? So, but both of you together are the same persons together. You're just the same persons. Nothing will properly change. Nothing. There might be, the joy of coming together, staying together, for the sake of your friends and your well-wishers and your families that really truly want you guys to be together. But both of you keep bumping into those ideas, those issues, those unresolved or internal concerns, or those maybe personality clashes that you have always had, you always bump into it because it's the same Nkiruka and it's the same Chukwemeka. See? So it's never going to be different with Nkiruka and Chukwemeka, but with Chukwemeka, with Sylvia, different persons, different personality, different graces, different experience entirely. Chukwemeka is, making sure that he crosses all the T's and dots all the I's. Why? Because he has experience. He's coming from experience. He doesn't want what happened with Nkiruka to happen with Sylvia, right? Which is maturity, okay? You learn the hard way and you fix the bull crap for the next person. Otherwise, you'll be then the one who gets flawed, right? And then you might even be dying with Sylvia. Sylvia might not take half the bull crap than Kiruka took, but Chukwemeka is working hard to make sure Sylvia don't get to deal with much bull crap. Capiche? And over here, Kiruka meets who? She meets George, and George is the opposite of Chukwemeka. And she's doing very well with George. But perhaps George is a little slow, a little this, a little that. And she's like, oh, I just wish that George could come in the form of Chukwemeka, or Chukwemeka can come in the form of George. Listen, you need to heal and you need to move on and you need to give yourself the grace. You have to forgive yourself. You have to forgive the process, to everything. Because sometimes when we get into this long-term relationship, we haven't even known ourselves. We haven't formed. We have not established our personality, our interest, our excessive, I don't know, our diversity. There's always a diversity and the dynamics within us that we may not have tapped into, we may not have even met whatsoever, right? And then we meet these people and we are doing relationship with them, and certain things that we go through expose us to our real self, like gets into us and begins to question what, either our core values or our morals or our interest or our discipline or our tolerance, right? And things become messy, very messy, and very maybe uncomfortable, very intolerable. And the next thing, marriage crashes. Some of us are also so much in a hurry. Many people became pregnant, and pregnancy turns marriage. Pregnancy turns marriage, right? Brings about the marriage. In such situations where it is the pregnancy that fast forwarded the marriage to occur, meaning that the thoughts of marriage have not come clear, the activities of marriage have not even begun, and then pregnancy happens. And because Nkiruka is so naive, and she's a church girl. She's a Christian family. She's from this Christian disciplinary family. Oh, Chukwemeka is trying to make it up to her by not making her an object of mockery, and goes ahead to do the needful and pay the bride price, and marriage begins. When stuff happens like this, remember, it will take a while for both individuals, especially the man, the Chukwemeka in question, to get settled into this marriage. It will take a while. And while that is happening, right, that is ongoing, the pregnancy is growing, the child is being born, the child is now crawling, sitting, walking, cruising, jumping, whatever. Chukwemeka is still reviewing his decision, reevaluating his decision. Why did I not hold off? Why did I not withdraw? Why did I not say no? Why did I not just support her and tell her, I'm not ready for marriage? Why did I choose to marry her as opposed to somebody else that I was already dreaming about or feeling, or what have you? What did I do to myself? I can't be very happy in this marriage because my family made me do it, or her family made me do it, or she made me do it. Becomes a tough one. And then Nkiri is living through the crumbs and the cracks, because Chukwemeka will never show up fully for Nkiru. He will never show up fully. He will just serve her breadcrumbs of emotions. He's not even emotionally involved. He's not emotionally engaging. He's just like emotionally checked out. He's not there with her. She would have to go through all of this without him, all through the process of the pregnancy. There are no happy moments. There are no uh, moments of what you know special moments of, oh, that's pivotal moments where things got better or you feel excited or nothing. There wasn't, you know no elevation, no excitement, nothing. And every day you're seeking for that excitement is not coming. It's far-fetched. The more you seek the excitement, the more the excitement is running away from you, because you already made a poor choice. You made a poor choice. You've hastened up things. You rushed into things. You don't even know this guy very well. The guy probably hasn't even known you so well. And now you're trying to form a couple, a marriage, a family. It's too much sometimes for some people. Self-awareness helps us a lot to curb this poor mindset and poor behavior and naive ideologies. They are just so naive. You have not known who you are. You have not formed a good sense of yourself. And the man or the woman has not formed a good sense of their self. And the next thing what happens is just mesh things together and just mesh things and mesh things and mesh things. And you're carrying all those family members along. Listen, it's going to be difficult. And if this is the story of your marriage and your marriage is now struggling, just let it be. Let that man go. Let yourself off that hook. That person may never have been your person. Maybe they were your person, but could have been in the future, maybe 5 years after the time you got married. But if you got married too early and the person don't want you and you don't want the person, or you're just sick of hanging around and waiting for change, just cut your losses and do what? Wish them the best of luck. Move on with your life. Find your rhythm and find your man. But heal first. But first heal. Another thing is make sure to detangle, untangle, release, release, release all types of entanglement, all types of entangling. Detangle everything, every cord, cut it off. Cut. His friends, his family, his ideas, his interests, his whatever. Move out of the neighborhood, or, one of you, move. I met somebody who says that he and the ex are working at the same job with the same company, for the same company, and they've been like that. And I'm like, these people are toxic. They are toxic. Whenever you don't want to let go of your ex, you are the toxic person. Why would you want such dysfunction for yourself? How are you going to explain it to people? How do you even understand it within yourself? How do you explain it to yourself? How does it make sense to you? Doesn't make sense. So this is all I have. Oh my gosh, I feel like I've been talking for the whole day. If you resonate with anything that I've said, let me know. Put a comment. If there's anything you want me to elaborate on, or you want me to talk about that I didn't touch or I barely touched, let me know in the comments. Share this video and please follow for more. Join my YouTube subscription, which is my, where obviously you find this video, Emotional Wellness Hub. Let's do this. Let's heal together. Emotional trauma, emotional wound, and moving on, transformed, elevated, happy.